honestly one of the most controversial doctors ever in the history of bodybuilding and in fitness. Let's go ahead and talk about it on today's episode of Fitness After Dark. Guys, welcome to the latest episode of Fitness After Dark with your host, as always, nice to be able to send to you in the flesh, Walt Disney, Nike, Google. If you guys know what I'm saying, as you guys know the references, let's go. The bet today for today's episode, we got Mountain Dew Energy. Let's go ahead and take a little taste test. While we go ahead and do so, let's go ahead and hand it off to Mr. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are live! Let's go. Today's episode, we were actually going to do last week, but because of the death of Leo on longevity, we wanted to go ahead and honor him, do a little bit of a tribute episode for Fitness After Dark. But this week's episode, dude, Dr. Zuni Huge, he is a polarizing man, bro, to say the least. The man is one of the most polarizing figures in bodybuilding due to the fact that he advocates for people to try steroids. And then not only that, but he experiments on himself, trying all kinds of different compounds and different steroids and see what the results are. This dude is a living science experiment every day, bro, for bodybuilding. It's insane. But it's crazy, man. I remember I first discovered this guy during COVID, during the quarantine era. I remember renting the movie Juice to the Max, the Generation Iron movies. Was it worth like, how much did I pay for that? Like $20? I don't know if it was worth it, man. I don't. But I remember watching the documentary. They made like a trilogy, or I think 2 movies. No, I think they made like 2 sequels, something like that. Basically, right, to get the gist of it, who this guy is, right, what his origins were. Dr. Zuni Huge was like a doctor out of, I think Miami or something like that. Somewhere around those regions, right? Somewhere around there. And essentially he like advocated for the usage of like anabolic steroids, right? Of the juicy juice. And not only that, but he decided to take it upon himself to try out these different kinds of like steroids and see what the results were. And aka, that's how he got his nickname, Dr. Zuni Huge. And he became super controversial for the fact that he would run experiments, bro, like out of where he was living at the time. And he was just like a polarizing figure overall, man. In the documentary, I remember he had like 10 to 12 dudes living with him over at his house, and they were just trying out all different kinds of chemicals and just trying shit out. And low-key is probably one of the wildest but funniest bodybuilding documentaries I've ever seen, because it's like, dude, it legit seems something out of like a comedy, but it's real life, bro. And dude, that dude's name is Zuni Huge, bro. Like, come on. Like, that's something out of like a fucking, you can write that down and it'll be like a skit, bro. No joke. But what's even crazier is that his story now is that, well, I'm not trying to speculate, obviously, right? No one knows for sure. I'm not confirming or denying or anything like that. But he was with him, and Zuni Huge was actually with Leo longevity for a good period of time over in Thailand, which is even crazier that his story ended up like that, you know? But man, Dr. Zuni Huge is one of the most controversial figures in the sport of bodybuilding for that. And dude, those 2 movies that Generation Iron made about his life, dude, insane. I hope you can watch them like on Amazon Prime or something, because dude, I mean, if you're gonna pay like $20, like, come on. But there's clips of it online on YouTube. They're hysterical, honestly. He is one figure for sure that is like really out there, man. I remember in like the 90s, like, correct me if I'm wrong, baseball fans, but I'm pretty sure something like that happened, right, with Mark McGuire or something like that, where like doctors were giving him PEDs. Oh, there was that documentary on Netflix, Screwball. Bro, is this like the Screwball, or yes, Mike the situation somehow was wrapped up in all of that. This is basically like the bodybuilding version of that, if you think about it. Absolutely insane, bro. Dr. Zuni Huge. Oh man, dude. This is this week's episode of Fitness After Dark. If you guys enjoyed this latest video, be sure to check out more bodybuilding and fitness content from yours truly right up here. And the newest video of the gym vlog series is going to go up this weekend, so I'm excited for that as well. Have a beautiful rest of the day, guys. And remember, have a badass workout as well.